We're celebrating the 2018 Influential Women in Business Honorees. It's a great event. It's sold out, and we're packed. We got a packed house today.
How do you select your honorees?
We're fortunate. We've been doing this for over 20 years now, and we have a blue ribbon panel of past recipients that literally go through all the nominations and then select women based on their criteria, both professionally and civically, for their engagement, what they do in the community and what they do in their vocation.
How do women thrive in the workforce today? How do they achieve success in their careers while still finding joy outside of the office? It's what we all want to know. That's why it's always a pleasure to spotlight the most influential women in business in Baton Rouge. We want to know who they are and how they do it. The ladies you are here to celebrate today have all traveled different paths. Some have climbed the traditional corporate ladder. Some have zigzagged upwards by jumping between companies. And some started by launching their own business. But no matter their course, there is one constant. They have all worked hard and made personal sacrifices to make our community a better place. It's a privilege and an honor to be highlighting your achievements today. Before we introduce 2018 honorees, we want to recognize and thank Mayor Sharon Weston Broome for joining us to celebrate these women. Mayor Broome was previously an influential woman in business herself. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'd like to recognize the past influential women in business honorees. Being a woman in the business world is easier than it used to be, but it's still a challenge. The women in business honorees do their jobs well, and they often make it look easy. But we know that it is not easy. Some of our former honorees are here with us today. We appreciate them joining us and would like to ask them to stand and be recognized at this time. Please. I also want to turn your attention to this card at your table. Last year, Business Report introduced a new Executive Leadership Academy. It's a customized curriculum for rising executives or small business owners to elevate their leadership skills. If you or someone in your organization is interested in applying or learning more about it, go to www.brleadershipacademy.com. To present this year's honorees, I'd like to welcome our Director of Editorial, Penny Font, to the front to hand out the awards, and Business Report Editor, Stephanie Riegel, who will announce the honorees.
Thank you, Ashley. And again, thank you all so much for being here. This is truly such a special day for our company, and I hope you all have had an opportunity to read the very special Women in Business issue that came out a couple of weeks ago. They're wonderful stories, and I'm very excited to be able to give you a very abridged version of those stories as I present the honorees right now. As I call your name, ladies, I would ask you to come to the front of the room, accept your award from Penny, and please remain standing on the risers until everyone has been announced. First up, if you've heard the hallmark phrase and hashtag #ForeverLSU, then you know the work of our first honoree. Beverly Brooks Thompson was tapped in 2006 to direct that campaign, one of the most successful fundraising efforts in the university's history. Okay, the goal was $750 million. In just 4 years, the donations topped $798 million during a period of high LSU executive turnover, 4 hurricanes, and a major economic downturn. Her next Baton Rouge challenge, launching the Foundation for Women's Hospital. In 2017, she ventured out on her own, founding Brooks Thompson Consulting to leverage her fundraising skills and experience. And Beverly now helps nonprofits raise money, families manage wealth for philanthropic giving, and companies with philanthropic goals. Ladies and gentlemen, Beverly Brooks Thompson. Marie Constantine didn't own a camera until 1982. She was working at the LSU Catholic Student Center when she discovered a knack for photography. 7 years later, she went out on her own, building a successful business as a portrait photographer, documentarian, and photojournalist. Besides her work of 3 decades photographing CEOs, influential women in business, and others for the pages of the Baton Rouge Business Report, Marie is perhaps best known as the photographer handpicked to document the travels of the late Mother Teresa of Calcutta throughout the United States. It was one of her portraits that was chosen for Mother Teresa's beatification ceremony at the Vatican in 2003, when it was unveiled before a crowd of 30,000 in St. Peter's Square. Other images are part of a traveling exhibit and are included in Marie's memoir, Finding Calcutta. Her accomplishments were recognized late last year when she was inducted into the LSU Manship School of Communications Hall of Fame. Please show your appreciation for Marie Constantine. Gladden has helped the Baton Rouge Area Chamber recruit new talent to the Baton Rouge area. She's helped connect more than 50,000 low-income families to the internet. She's been instrumental in working to advance the mission of the Downtown Development District and the Manship Theater. She has a hand in both the Public Affairs Research Council and the Southeast Superregion Committee. She's been a mentor and friend to many of the city's top female nonprofit executives. She served on the transition teams of both Governor John Bel Edwards and Mayor Sharon Weston Broome, and now she's serving on Louisiana's new Cybersecurity Task Force. And those are just a few examples of her influence. As Arts Council Executive Director Renee Chatelain puts it, the ripple effect of Fran Gladden's focused efforts to help others improves our city every day. As for Gladden, she credits success to the people around her, mentors and colleagues she's worked with over the past 4 decades. She says, I've got way too many contacts in my contact list. Ladies and gentlemen, Fran Gladden. Now, those of you who have driven the Interstate 49 interchange in Shreveport are acquainted with the project that in many ways made the career of our next honoree. In the 1980s, Sherry LaBaugh was just a 26-year-old engineer working in a male-dominated sector in the very male-dominated Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. She spent a decade of her career managing that project, proving herself along the way while also learning the ins and outs of management, road design, and construction. She rose through the ranks to become the first female secretary in the department's history, managing a $1.7 billion annual operating budget, more than 4,000 employees, and the administration of the state's massive infrastructure system. While there, she appointed the agency's first female chief engineer. Let me introduce Sherry LaBaugh. That was never in Galen Mack's plans. But as an LSU student, Galen volunteered, getting on vans headed for the Oklahoma Street housing development to pick up busloads of children for Big Buddy game night, a memory that still elicits a wide grin from her even today. So when she graduated in 1990 with a degree in business administration, she gravitated towards nonprofit leadership. By 2001, she was Big Buddy's executive director. Under her leadership, the organization has grown to serve 500 children at 10 Baton Rouge schools. She has broadened Big Buddy's financial support, securing more than $15 million in federal, state, and local funding during her tenure. The program completed a capital campaign, enabling it to purchase permanent office space on Main Street, and she and her team continue to win a federal 21st Century Community Learning Center grant for operations year after year. And of course, she brought us Dancing with Big Buddies. Give it up for Galen Mack. In 2005, Laura O'Brien opened Fitness Design for Women, a 1,000 square foot facility with 2 clients. Today, the gym is in its 3rd location in a space 8 times its original size with 400 members. But to Orion, the space is much more than an impressive collection of weights and cardio machines. It's the home of her vision for a healthier tomorrow, Fit Girl. The after-school care program, recognized by Idea Fitness Journal as its innovative program of the year in 2009, teaches girls 13 to 16 years old how to live healthier lifestyles. But Laura's influence doesn't stop there. She's also the first female on the Zachary City Council since 1970. And she's deeply involved in the community, having hosted a Biggest Loser competition to raise money for her city, and after the August 2016 flood, opening her gym as a makeshift refuge center where people could charge their phones and laptops, get their laundry done, and drop off their kids to play. Please show your appreciation for Laura O'Brien. What business wouldn't love to see a 46% increase in prospective clients in a single year? Under Cynthia Peterson's leadership, that's exactly what has happened at the LSU College of Science. Named the college's first female dean in 2014, she has made it her mission to showcase the work of the college's scholars while encouraging more prospective students to consider science as a career. And voila, the 46% increase in undergraduate applications from the year before. The College of Science is now leading the university in number of applicants, and, notes Dr. Peterson, it's the most talented pool we've ever seen. But Dr. Peterson isn't resting on her laurels. Under her leadership, the college also completed a strategic plan with a goal of a new 150,000 square foot research and teaching building with active learning classrooms. We expect big things from her in the years to come. Please join me in commending Dr. Cynthia Peterson. The Iron Lady of Pest Control. That's how colleagues describe our next honoree, and it's a title she has certainly earned. Dugat Pest Control President Laura Simpson is a 35-year veteran in a male-dominated occupation, and for 2 decades has been at the helm of one of the largest family-owned pest control companies in the state. In that time, she has doubled the workforce, expanded to New Orleans, and obtained for the company a certification held by less than 3% of pest control companies in the whole United States for going above and beyond state and federal requirements. Her influence is felt strong statewide and nationally. Laura recently held the top title in the 7,000-member-strong National Pest Management Association. Laura Simpson is regretfully unable to be with us this afternoon due to a previously scheduled family engagement, but please show your appreciation for her. Our next honoree started a business with her father. Not only has that company, Gulf Coast Occupational Medicine, experienced 19 years of revenue and profit growth, but it is now the largest chain of industrial medicine clinics in the capital region, serving more than 60,000 patients annually at 12 locations. We've grown bigger than I ever imagined, co-founder, CEO, and administrator Sarah Taylor says. Each year we blast through goals, and I'm astonished sometimes at what we can accomplish here. A point of pride for her, though, has nothing to do with numbers or the fact that the company is building a new corporate headquarters on Airline Highway that will include a conference center for training. Rather, it's the fact that every one of Gulf Coast's managers got their start in an entry-level position. Says Sarah, successful business isn't about spreadsheets and logistics as much as it's about the heart and soul of the people who work there. Please show your appreciation for Sarah Taylor. Since graduating with a master's degree from Southern University in 1992, our final honoree today has held positions with more than a dozen nonprofit organizations, a church, and is the first and only executive director of the Baton Rouge Black Chamber of Commerce. She even started her own business. She's now the Medicaid Territory Marketing Manager for Health Blue. But for Kathy Victorian, the jobs and titles aren't what matters. It's about the impact she can bring to the community. That was evident after the regrettable police shooting death of Alton Sterling in July 2016. As both president of the Junior League of Baton Rouge, as well as the wife of 100 Black Men President Michael Victorian, Kathy played a critical role in working to bridge the racial and cultural divides of numerous groups and organizations across the city during that particularly tumultuous period of civil unrest. Please join me in recognizing our final 2018 Influential Women in Business honoree, Kathy Victorian. Well, here they are. Let's give one more round of applause for our 2018 Influential Women in Business.
Our speaker today is the definition of an influential woman in business. She is an esteemed author, coach, consultant, and innovative thinker. Her research and work in disruptive innovation is literally shaping how individuals and corporations manage change. She is the author of the critically acclaimed Disrupt Yourself, Putting the Power of Disruptive Innovation to Work, and Dare, Dream, Do. Remarkable Things Happen When You Dare to Dream. After publishing 2015's Disrupt Yourself, she was recognized as one of the world's 50 most influential management thinkers by Thinkers 50 in both 2017 and 2015. She co-founded the popular 40 Women Over 40 to Watch, is a member of the first cohort of Marshall Goldsmith 100 Coaches, and is a fellow of the Trifecta Disruptive Innovation Awards. She's a LinkedIn influencer and a frequent contributor for the Harvard Business Review. She has received widespread recognition for her thinking and was named one of Fortune's 55 most influential women on Twitter. She has delivered keynote speeches on disruption, innovation, teamwork, and organizational change to audiences of more than 50,000 people. And she also just published a new book, Build an A-Team, Play to Their Strengths, and Lead Them Up the Learning Curve. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Whitney Johnson.
Personal disruption, also known as change. Show of hands, how many of you believe you can change? Here's what we've learned. You build an A-team, an organization that can manage through change, an organization that can innovate by optimizing where people are on their curves. You want 15% of your people at the low end at any given time, so there's no shame in being at the low end. You want 70% of your people in the sweet spot, where they know enough but not too much, and 15% of your people at the high end. Now, if you want a quick back-of-the-envelope way of knowing if you're about to be disrupted, if you're at risk, just take the pulse of your workforce. Because if you have too many people at the high end, you're at risk because you're bored. Bored and innovative people, bored and complacent people don't innovate, they get disrupted.
My message is that change is necessary, desirable, even inevitable, but when it's happening so fast, I feel like it's happening to you, not for you. That's hard. And so what I've done over the last 5 years is I've figured out how to make change less scary.
After visiting Baton Rouge and visiting cities across America, what are your impressions of Baton Rouge?
I've never been here before. This is my very first time ever, and flying in, it was just so beautiful and so green, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm hearing that I'm going to miss out on a lot of really fantastic food, but it's just a beautiful place. People are friendly and warm, and I'm really excited to get acquainted with your city.
Really humbled, really surprised, and just so grateful. The business report has been better to me than I deserve, and really has been a core part of my business, so I was just delighted.
Tell us your vision for Baton Rouge.
Well, I look forward to a day when we don't have to single women out for awards. Although I'm extraordinarily grateful, my vision is to have more CEOs that are women, more legislators that are women, another governor that is a woman. We need to give women their due place.
We're in 3 states, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, with our headquarters here in Baton Rouge. We have 2,000 employees, and I work for a great company that looks after their employees, their customers, and the communities that they live and serve in.
What was your reaction when you found out you had won this award?
Oh my word, I was very humbled and a little tearful. Just feel very honored that the Business Report would select me for such a great honor. And I love this community and the state, and it's just a pleasure to be here today. I'm excited.
What's your vision for Baton Rouge?
Oh gosh, we're just going great places. We've got great leaders in place, and the Baton Rouge Chamber's doing a great job. Downtown Development District, we're moving in the right direction.
I've been a commercial photographer in Baton Rouge forever, and I do portraits on location and environmental shots also, all on location, all commercial.
What was your reaction when you found out that you had won this award?
Well, I was completely surprised. You know, you never, I don't know, I'm kind of a quiet person, and I never expect anybody to look at what I do, so I was really quite shocked, actually. I'm always shocked, you know, because I'm just real quiet.
What's your vision for Baton Rouge?
I think Baton Rouge, it's really exciting what's happening right now. So many people are pulling together and trying to clean up the city. You know, there's a lot of blight cleanup going on and a lot of work with litter. And then I think our racial dynamics are getting better. And I think there's nothing but good things on the horizon if we just all pull together and, you know, try to just do the best that each one of us can do and help. You know, we need a lot of people to help, and just to go up to the Metro Council and get involved, and just to do the little teeny thing that they can do, and not to think that they can't do anything or that their little thing doesn't count.
I'm just so honored. I was just humbled and just felt so honored to be nominated by women who I've worked with, and it just, you know, I'm just very honored.
Tell us your vision for Baton Rouge.
My vision for Baton Rouge is to grow the economy, and one way to grow the economy is through infrastructure investment. We have a lot of improvements that need to be made here in Baton Rouge, and so I look forward to working on those efforts to improve the traffic for the people here and the quality of life for our citizens. This has been my passion of my career since I started over 30 years ago, and it will continue to be my passion.
I run an awesome youth organization that serves over 500 young people a day with after-school programs, workforce development, and mentoring.
Your reaction to winning this award?
I'm still trying to take it all in. Yes, this is awesome, and I'm hoping it will bring a lot of visibility to the program and the opportunities for people to mentor in our community.
Your vision for Baton Rouge?
My vision, of course, I'm in the work mentoring field, so I'm hoping that all people take on a young person and help to shepherd them to success.
I was very shocked and humbled. I didn't realize someone from our community knew so much about me, first off, but I'm grateful to be a part of this wonderful group of ladies.
Tell us your vision for Baton Rouge.
My vision for Baton Rouge would include the north part of the parish, of course, Zachary. Since I represent Zachary, I'd like to see us all work cohesively to join forces and make it just a great, healthy city for us all to live in and to travel without too much traffic.
I was so honored and quite surprised. It's working in higher ed. Folks don't often think of that as business, but it is big business, and it's really important for our state.
Tell us your vision for Baton Rouge.
My vision for Baton Rouge is for LSU to be at the center of Baton Rouge, producing leaders and vision for the state. We're an economic driver for the state, we're a healthy city, and we're going to continue to thrive.
I was very honored. It's very special. Being a woman business owner is exciting. Your business becomes part of your family, and to be recognized for that contribution is just huge.
Your vision for Baton Rouge?
I would like to see Baton Rouge grow and solve some of its traffic and education problems. I would like to see Baton Rouge embrace its culture and not become a generic city. And I would like to see our economy grow so that businesses like mine can continue to thrive and small businesses will feel comfortable starting here.
I'm still reacting. I'm in awe. It's a moment that I will remember for the rest of my life, and it's just a wonderful thing to be honored by the Baton Rouge Business Report, alongside women who are doing remarkable things in the community.
Your vision for Baton Rouge?
My vision for Baton Rouge is to less meetings, listen a little bit more, and put some action behind talk so that we can come to the table as one and have these amazing conversations about where Baton Rouge needs to go, where Baton Rouge is, and our ultimate goal for where we see Baton Rouge in the future.
It has been a fantastic event, a lot of energy. Our keynote speaker, which is world class, Whitney Johnson, was phenomenal. Our honorees were extraordinary, and we're looking forward to a great future in the Capital Region.